Did you know that by January 2025, 63% of the world's population will be using social media? This is a remarkable figure. For technology companies, it represents a huge opportunity. But for us people who regularly use social media, what does it bring? In this article, let's explore the relationship between social media and our mental health. Social media is like a massive party in the virtual space. Everyone can join, chat, share, and connect without leaving their chair. The journey of social media is not new. It has traversed a long path with numerous significant milestones. In 1971, the first email was invented, marking the first ray of light in the digital world. In 1978, the bulletin board system BBS emerged, enabling message sharing, a prototype of modern social media. By 1997, 6 Degrees Com became the first platform where users could create personal profiles and connect with friends. This was followed by a wave of new platforms, such as Friendster 2002, LinkedIn 2003 targeted at professionals, and Facebook 2004, which completely transformed communication. Subsequently, other platforms like YouTube 2005, Twitter 2006, Tumblr 2007, Instagram 2010, Snapchat 2011, and TikTok 2019 emerged, each marking a significant leap in the digital connection landscape. Each of these platforms has its own unique appeal, but they all share one thing in common. They keep us glued to our screens and hooked on an endless stream of content. The result: a global survey revealed that 30% of users admitted to feeling addicted to social media. Statistics indicate that, on average, a person spends around 2 hours and 20 minutes daily scrolling through social media, equivalent to more than 36 days per year. Why is it so hard to stop? The answer lies in dopamine, a chemical in the brain that causes feelings of excitement. Every time you post, receive a like, or get a comment, dopamine is released, creating a sense of satisfaction. During brain scans, MRI, scientists have observed that the reward-related areas of the brain light up when we share something about ourselves on social media. In real-life conversations, we usually talk about ourselves only 30–40% of the time. On social media, however, this number jumps to 80%, turning us into reality TV stars in the meticulously curated lives we showcase. However, this also comes with consequences. Social media hijacks the brain regions associated with love, motivation, and satisfaction, leading to addiction. When we become overly reliant on dopamine derived from social media interactions, we crave it more and more. The brain rewires itself to seek likes, comments, and notifications. The result: mental exhaustion, diminished emotional regulation, and impaired decision-making abilities. The brain areas responsible for attention and emotion begin to deteriorate, resembling those of drug addicts. Tragically, many people fail to realize just how severe these effects can be. In the next section, we'll explore what really happens to our mental health when we live in a constant stream of information, filtered and edited to the point where it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. Let's start with a familiar feeling: comparing ourselves to others. A study at Cornell University found that 3/4 of people feel worse after scrolling through social media. Why? Because we're not just looking at pictures or videos. We're unconsciously comparing our entire lives to a short, carefully selected moment from someone else's life. For example, you see someone on vacation in the Maldives, bright sunshine, cocktail in hand, radiant smile. Meanwhile, you're sitting in bed in your pajamas, hastily eating a packet of noodles. But maybe that person got sunburned, had a fight with their partner, or spent hours looking for their luggage. They don't share those things. We look at the perfect slices and conclude that we're not good enough. The same goes for FOMO, fear of missing out. 30% of people say they feel lonelier after seeing other people's posts. Questions like, why wasn't I invited? Why is everyone happy except me? What did I do wrong? Pop up in their heads. These are all illusions created by curated content and algorithms. Behind a seemingly fun party, half the people might have left early, or a minor problem like someone spilling a drink on a chair. Social media is like a stage where we are both the audience and the actors. This makes living in a virtual world a natural reflex. Harvard research compares likes to candy. They give us instant gratification but also make us feel down when we don't get attention. This is especially dangerous for teenagers. People who spend more than 5 hours a day on social media are 70% more likely to be depressed than those who use it less. At this age, the brain is still developing and is susceptible to comparison and the desire for recognition, leading to emotional and self-esteem distortions. What's more, social media also negatively affects sleep. According to the Sleep Foundation, using social media before bed disrupts deep sleep, causing a serious decrease in sleep quality. Lack of sleep leads to anxiety, irritability, and increases the risk of depression. Clearly, the problem is not just surfing the internet too much. It is a process of social media silently reprogramming our minds and bodies every day. If you are not aware, you can easily get caught up in a negative spiral without realizing it. But this is not the end. On the contrary, this is the time we need to find a way to escape and regain control. The following section will provide simple but effective strategies for reducing your social media dependence without deleting apps or leaving the digital world. You can still live in the digital world, but in a healthier way. So where to start? First, take a look at yourself. The negative feelings you experience are completely normal, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Disconnecting from social media does not require major changes, just small but consistent steps. Turn off notifications on your phone. The ting-ting sounds are not harmless, but unintentionally create pressure, making you always alert and reflexively pick up your phone. When you turn off notifications, you regain space for yourself. Then organize and filter your feed. If someone makes you feel inadequate, not pretty enough, not good enough, not happy enough, unfollow them, whether it's an acquaintance or your neighbor's cat page. Remember, you have complete control over the content you consume every day. Additionally, here's a great strategy: take 24 hours off social media. Spend just one day going for a walk, reading a book, making a cup of tea, or simply sitting quietly. It doesn't have to be anything monumental, just a small moment of peace. A brief pause that allows your mind to stop reacting and start recovering. Real connection doesn't have to be grand or extraordinary. Sometimes it's as simple as looking into someone's eyes during a conversation, smiling at the coffee vendor in the morning, or taking a few minutes to ask how your parents are doing. These seemingly small interactions can spark positive emotions and nurture a sense of belonging, not just a name on a virtual friends list, but a genuine connection. A 75-year Harvard study has proven that the quality of our relationships, not money or fame, is the key to long-term happiness and health. This demonstrates that an honest conversation can heal far more than 100 likes. And a heartfelt hug can comfort more than inspirational videos ever could. Taking a break from social media, even for just a few hours a day, is not a rejection of modernity, but a way of reconnecting with yourself. It's a choice to live deeply, rather than letting yourself be swept away by the endless digital tide. You don't have to delete the internet or become a hermit. Remember, technology should serve you, not the other way around. You have the power to create a healthier online environment, one where you feel inspired, not drained, connected, not isolated. Rest assured, you're not alone. Feeling lost, drained, or consumed by comparison on social media is an experience shared by many. But there are just as many people, yourself included, who are striving to better understand themselves, gain control of their lives, and live authentically in an increasingly digital world. The goal isn't to dominate social media, but to remind yourself that real life is always more valuable than what you post. Every time you look away from your screen to truly see someone next to you, you're choosing real connection. Every time you say something heartfelt, instead of sharing a generic status update, you are returning to your authentic self. The real world might not be as perfectly staged as social media stories, but it offers genuine sounds, raw emotions, and warm hugs that no emoji can replicate. When you stop obsessing over sharing every moment, you'll discover that those moments feel more meaningful than ever. And most importantly, you don't need to be perfect, constantly present, or count likes to affirm your worth. You are enough just as you are. Social media will continue to exist, but you can choose to engage with it in an active, intentional, and healthy way. There's no need to discard it all. Start small by simply tuning into yourself. Slow down. Post less. Feel more. Be present not just online, but in real life. Because, in the end, true happiness doesn't come from the glow of a screen, but from someone's sincere gaze directed at you.